Hi, BookTube, it's Amy. So I've started to read this book that came in my Black Squirrel Books mystery box called I Love It When You Talk Retro. And it's by Ralph Keyes. And I've come across this interesting little anecdote about censorship. So I'm about 20 pages into this book, and it's a series of small anecdotes about common phrases we use. And some of them I know and some of them I don't. The author set out to sort of demystify phrases that younger people or people from abroad in the United States perhaps wouldn't know. And he ended up writing more of a collection concerning all common phrases that he came across. But we have this little anecdote here on censors that I found quite funny. And I'd never actually heard of this phrase that it's addressing, but so he says, in 1818, retired English physician Thomas Boulder published a collection of Shakespeare's plays that he'd edited for tender ears. Those expressions are omitted, Dr. Bowdler explained in his introduction, which cannot with propriety be read aloud in the family. This included profanity, all allusions to sex, any reference to God that Dr. Bowdler considered insufficiently reverent. In the family Shakespeare, out damned spot was revised to out crimson spot. Romeo and Juliet were a chaste young couple, and Ophelia's suicide became an accidental drowning. The bard himself, Bowdler was sure, would have approved. After completing this improvement of Shakespeare, Dr. Bowdler turned his attention to cleaning up Edward Gibbon's Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, then had a go at the Old Testament. Although popular in Bowdler's time, the resulting bland gruel did not remain on very many bookshelves. His name did stick around, however, as a verb, to Bowdlerize or sanitize text with prudish editing. Newsweek called the profanity deletion that Ken Burns did on his epic World War II documentary at the request of some television stations a mini Bowdlerization. So to Bowdlerize, I hope I'm saying that correctly because I have never come across that word or that phrase. And so it's obviously not something that's commonly used anymore, but it once was, and I thought that was very interesting. And I can't imagine reading a sanitized version of Shakespeare or a sanitized version of the Old Testament. That's just absurd.